Welcome! We are here with a brand new series on fall snacking, thinking about some of those flavors and scents and the wonderful things about fall and how we might want to adjust some of our snacks for the next couple of months. I'm Mindy Turner with the Curry County Cooperative Extension Service, your family and consumer science agent. We're going to be looking at some of the options we have, things that are very versatile so that you can adapt and fix those to be something that your family likes and enjoys. And also just the idea that when we buy some things in bulk, some different types of ingredients and put that together, we can actually pinch some of those pennies. We're always trying to save by not purchasing so many of the prepackaged snacks, but tailor making what our family likes and will enjoy at a lower cost. So we're going to start off, we're going to talk a little bit about trail mixes. Now, we hear that term a lot. They're called trail mixes because they were developed to be lightweight, high protein, high carb for hiking on the trail. Now, most of the time, we'll even hear people talk about snack mixes. Same thing. You're going to have usually some type of a carb or a high protein base, such as nuts or seeds. You're going to have some dried fruit to give it that flavor and sugar, but also that energy boost that we tend to need. You can have also a little bit of added, maybe it's chocolates or some type of a coated candy that you're going to put in there to give it that little extra oomph and a little more sugar. Whatever that thing is that you need or that you know your kids are going to love, give them that extra boost after recess to have that little snack or that after school snack, can go into a trail mix. So we're going to talk today. You can store all of these things in little containers. You can do individual bags, your sealed bags, so that they can put them, you can throw them in the freezer and pull them out when you want them cold, keep them a little bit longer. Most of these things, anywhere from 3 weeks to a month, are going to be good as long as they're sealed up in an airtight container. So once you make it, you can put it in that individual size container for the kids to just grab and go. We are sharing every 2 months. We put out a new video series and we share that information also in our printed newsletter. So the recipes you're going to see today are available through our newsletter, through the Curry County Cooperative Extension Service. And so I'm not going to make everything that's in there today. I'm going to just give you some ideas and things you can do. And if you would like to receive a copy of that newsletter, you can call our office, 575-763-6505, or go to our website, curryextension.nmsu.edu, click on Family Health and Wellness, and then there's a place where you can either ask a question or you can sign up to receive our newsletter. You can get that by email or a hard copy in the mail, whatever works best for you. So, as I mentioned, trail mixes, they have a high protein base, usually some types of seeds or nuts, things that can be put together for that. Now, one of the suggestions that I've seen in lots of different places and researching and reviewing recipes, your best bet is whatever nuts, whatever seeds, whatever thing you want, you're going to want it toasted. So whether you choose, set the oven to 350, pop it in there for, 8 to 10 minutes, depending on what it is. And you're going to check that and get those toasted and nice and toasty yourself. Or you can purchase things that are already toasted. Most things you're not going to want to start with raw nuts unless you're toasting them in some way. So you're going to want to watch for that in the store. Some of the things that I have on hand that I purchased to do these types of projects. Now, a lot of these things we already had. All of these seasonings and spices, we had olive oil, we had syrup, all of the different, like I said, spices that we're going to use. I did purchase white and dark chocolate chips, some different types of dried fruits, some pumpkin seeds, as well as the different types of nuts that we wanted to use. By buying them, now those can be some expensive ingredients. Right now, if you go to the store and you look at what it costs to purchase a bag of nuts, it's going to be high. And so some of you may have a pecan tree where you're getting and harvesting your own pecans, and that's fantastic. These are all recipes you can adapt and make with those as well. But what we're going to talk about today is purchasing those things in the store if you don't have access to that. Buying things in bulk for the most part. Now remember, check that tag. What are you getting for your money to see if it's really a better option or not. But also think about if you're buying it in bulk, and that bag of nuts costs still less than what the pre-packaged trail mix in a box would be, and now you're going to make probably twice as many as are what's in that box, then you're always coming out ahead on that. This is also a great thing, friends, neighbors, family, to give as gifts or to go in together and say, hey, let's get together this afternoon and make some trail mix, and we can all bring our ingredients and our stuff, and then we're going to share it. And that's going to be more cost effective as well. So just think about trail mix as one of those things that building your own, you cut out a lot of the preservatives. You also, like I said, get to tailor make what your kids will eat. Nothing is more frustrating than sending your kid out with a bag of trail mix and they come back and the bag's full of, if it's the raisins. Or I actually had a kiddo we used to work with in one of the groups we have that would bring me back the bag with all the M&Ms in it that were in there because they didn't want to eat those. So whatever it is that they don't like, that they either pick around and don't use, and then hopefully you've got kids that can trade. That always helps. But when you make it yourself and put your own together, you pick the ingredients that you and your family like and enjoy, and you know you can put that together. So what we have 4 trail mixes that I'm going to share with you today. The first one is called just Crunchy Nut Trail Mix. And so this is a mix of nuts. And so the recipe actually calls for walnuts and pecans and cashews with then some almonds and some things like that. Well, so what I found was a bag that was already the mixed nuts. That was a good, I couldn't find everything in the smaller quantities. And so a bag that was already mixed nuts together. Okay, and I was able to put that out, pop them in the oven, get them good and toasty. Then you're gonna pull it out and you're gonna let that cool. Now, once it cools, okay, that was about 350 for 6 to 8 minutes to get your nuts nice and toasty. Then we're gonna add some banana chips and some toasted coconut. Now, same thing on the coconut. Hopefully you can see, this is just some flaked coconut. Now, shredded coconut is gonna be a lot smaller, a lot finer pieces. So if you're gonna cook with it or you're gonna add it to things like this, you're probably gonna want the flakes that are a little bigger. Same thing, 350, I popped this in, left it for about 5 minutes, turned it over, put it back in for a couple more minutes. It smells wonderful. Okay, but so you're gonna then just take that toasted coconut and add some of that to your nut mixture. You can also purchase pre-toasted coconut if that's something that you're looking for. Okay, and then this one, actually, you're gonna see a lot of what we're doing today calls for banana chips, which was great for me because when I purchase to make several recipes at a time, I can get one thing and then use it in multiple different recipes that I share with you. Any of the dried fruits, as we talk about that, whether it's blueberries or cranberries, or we have some apple chips here, you can switch those out for whatever you prefer. If that's something that you don't like, that's not your favorite, then just don't use that. Leave it out so that it's not part of the recipe that you're not gonna wanna eat. So we're gonna add banana chips to that. Then we're gonna do, you can do raisins, the golden or the regular, whatever your preference is. Like these are just some dried, nice, beautiful, fat cranberries that I picked up at the store. And then you just take this whole mix and you can add some chocolate chips. These are dark chocolate. I also have some white chocolate here, depending on, again, your preferences, what you want to add to that. Get that all on there, and then you're just going to take what's on your tray. Again, this is cooled now. And you're going to mix all of that together so that you have, doesn't that just look yummy? It's all these different flavors and textures all together. You can put this in whatever kind of container you want to use to store it and have this wonderful crunchy nut trail mix for everyone to take for a snack throughout the day. Okay, we've also in the newsletter, we talk about cranberry maple. We actually use the dried cranberries and a little bit of maple syrup, and you bake it to get it all mushed and nice together. We have another one that's apple, blueberry, cranberry, vanilla. Doesn't that sound wonderful and a great taste for the fall? Okay, it's gonna have all the ingredients and the measurements and what you need to make that as well. The one I'm gonna show you now as part of the video, this is called, I'm gonna reach back here and grab my crock pot. This is called Chunky Monkey Trail Mix. Oh, these are the times when I wish you guys could smell what we have going, because this smells wonderful every time I open it up to see. So this one actually is walnuts, cashews or almonds. Almonds is what I have in here today. Coconut. Now this was the not toasted coconut, okay, because we put it in here with the other ingredients to cook. Just a little bit of sugar, some sliced up butter, about a tablespoon, a little bit of vanilla, banana chips, okay. And so we're gonna take this, it's been in the crock pot on low for about 45 minutes, stirring it occasionally just to keep that coconut from sticking to the sides and burning, but it's still hot. So I'm gonna put it out. This is just parchment paper on top of, I don't want to come out of there. There we go. Parchment paper on a baking sheet so that it's easy to lay out. And get that all nice and spread out. Now beautiful, beautiful neutral colors, all of these browns and tans mixed together. I'm just going to set that out of the way so I can try to show y'all how that looks. Okay, like I said, this is straight out of the crock pot. Now, if you're one of those Instapot and air fryer people, there's always adaptations for the recipes that you can refer to and see if you want to make it that way and not utilize the crock pot. So that's something that you can always look into. So we've got that all spread out nice and neat. We're going to let it cool. Let it set for a little bit and cool, and then we're going to sprinkle some of those. I think I'll probably, with this one, I would use those white chocolate chips to add that extra color. You might even add a few, these are just toasted pumpkin seeds, pre-toasted, that we picked up. Throw those in. Another great source of protein when we talk about our nuts and our seeds and what we need to add for that. So looking at trail mixes as a fantastic way to get a good snack, a healthy snack, and hopefully do it at a less expensive cost than just purchasing trail mix in the store, because it does get really expensive even when you buy it bulk package wise. But to be able to tailor make things to what your family likes and your family enjoys. We're going to talk about that in all the parts of this series, how that you can combine bulk things into special treats, gifts, or just fun snacks for your family. I'm Mindy Turner with the Curry County Cooperative Extension Service. This has been the first installment of Fall Snacking. I hope to see you right back here next time.